What is up, guys? It's me, John Avenger, once again, and welcome to another edition of movies that people bitch about. This is definitely one, and it's a movie from 1995, a sequel to the 1992 hit that got a kind of a mixed reaction, but I still enjoy it, Batman Returns. This is the third one in the franchise that took a more friendly approach, but I'll explain why I don't hate this movie like a lot of people do, and that is Batman Forever. I know a nice guy on YouTube here wanted me to cover this one. It's definitely a film that people bitched about because they said it was too light and it was too jokey and Schumacher's direction was like wrong for the franchise. No, it got wrong once they did Batman and Robin because that was a toy commercial. This at least has a plot, that flows well. I like this poster. It's got the bat signal with the symbol of the Riddler with the question mark, which is pretty cool. I also like the movie poster with all the actors on the front, and it says bigger, badder, and ever and better. Well, it's definitely better than the third one, and this is a fun movie. I had fun with this film. I saw this when I was 10 on VHS. I saw it a lot. I rented it at my video store. I saw it on cable a lot, and I got the Blu-ray last year for like $7.99, which is a hell of a deal for this movie. It's not bare bones like the original DVD release. It has commentary by Schumacher, which is fun to listen to. It's got additional scenes. Riddle Me This, Why is Batman Forever? Shadows of the Bat Cinematic Saga, The Dark Knight Part 5, Beyond Batman Documentary Gallery, Seal Kiss from a Rose music video, the heroes and the villains profile galleries, and the theatrical trailer. Which, to me, a theatrical trailer is never a special feature unless it's an exclusive trailer. Look at the artwork, lovely. There's Chase Meridian, played by Nicole Kidman. This is the sexiest she's ever looked for me. There's the new Batmobile, which not as good as the first two films, but and there's Val Kilmer, who's a decent Batman. I like Val Kilmer as Batman. I know Schumacher said he was a pain in the ass to work with, but hey, who isn't anymore? Even when people are nice on set, there's always a moment that they just flip out. I mean, look at Christian Bale in Terminator Salvation. But it's about presence, and I think he has presence as Batman. And the film has a sillier tone. They made it more lighthearted because kids saw Batman Returns and it was so dark, and parents complained about it, so they got into a lot of trouble with McDonald's advertisements and such. But really, to me, none of these films are for kids. I mean, the last one, Batman and Robin, is pretty much a kids movie. They just painted it with a PG-13 with, gay bat nipples and cod pieces and bat asses. Yeah, it's stupid. But here, it has only one scene of that, of the cod piece and the bat ass, and that's usually at the very end. But it's not constantly shoving it in your face, no pun intended. It's a fun movie. I like the cast. I think Jim Carrey steals the show as the Riddler. He's basically playing himself. Sorry, I just it's late, but he's a lot of fun. He's having a ball with this role. Tommy Lee Jones, he's decent. I don't think he's horrible. Yeah, he's silly, but hey, this is before he did Men in Black, so before this he had done like more dramatic roles, and it was good to see him loosen up a little bit before Men in Black. Chris O'Donnell, I like him as Robin, and as Dick Grayson. He's a more hip version of Dick Grayson, but I think he's all right. Nicole Kidman, one of her best roles, very sexy for an Aussie chick. Even though they're not really my taste, I still thought she was good in the film. I like the score, even though the Danny Elfman score is perfect. It is the score for Batman in all the movies. I think it's better than Nolan's Hans Zimmer score, and it's better than this one. But I don't think the score is that bad. It's actually pretty haunting and underrated. Um, it's a Elliot Goldenthal. It's dun, 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 dun. I don't think it's that bad. It's actually pretty decent. It's a shame that the score was wasted in Batman and Robin, which I will not defend that because that movie's an abomination. But this one is fun. This is a fun Batman movie that was safe and marketable for a new generation of Batman fans in the mid '90s. And this is around the time that the cartoon came out, the animated series, and the Superman cartoon. And I like the action in the film. It's the production values are still well done. The budget is on screen when it's there. The CGI doesn't look bad. There's a lot of good stunt work. There's a lot of good special effects. Like the flying scenes and most of the action scenes. When the Batmobiles are driving off into, off the building. That's cool. I think that looks less laughable than Furious 7, because Furious 7, it's not like Batman in Batman Forever drives a Batmobile into a building and then drives it out into another building. That just looks stupid in Furious 7. But I don't hate that film. But this was in 1995. This was 2015, 20 years later, and effects are supposed to look better, not look more laughable. But it's a fun movie. I don't think Schumacher deserves so much flack for this. Yeah, the neon colors with Gotham looking kind of like, like 70s eye candy. It didn't bother me when I saw this. It definitely bothered me in the later film, Batman and Robin. But here, no, I think it is what it is. People bitch about it because it's not as dark as Batman '89 and Batman Returns, and of course Nolan's films. But it's a different era, and I still think Kilmer does a good job as Batman. As Bruce Wayne, he's kind of emo, and it's not. He's a little bit dry, but I was not expecting him to top Michael Keaton, because he is the perfect mix of Bruce Wayne and Batman. Just he really is, and I will watch Birdman sometime. I've heard his performance was good in that. But I don't hate Batman Forever. I got it on Blu-ray for a reason. If I get a movie on Blu-ray, usually it means I really enjoy the film, and I really do think this is fun. My mom thinks it's it's there, but I still like this movie. Just it's not terrible. People just shit on this one, and of course Batman and Robin, which deserves it, and the other two films because Nolan's trilogy came out. But I love this character. He's my favorite DC character. I can't wait to see Ben Affleck put on the suit. In 3 months he's coming to a theater near you as Batman, and I can't wait to see that, because he's the first American actor in years to play Batman on the big screen since, well, George Clooney, but he wasn't playing Batman, he was playing George Clooney. But since Val Kilmer, I guess, if you disregard Batman for and Robin. Yeah, so the villains are not the best. Yeah, there are some slight gay undertones, when he's like, but it's because of Schumacher. But I'm not gonna say he's a terrible director. He's not one of the worst, because I've seen 8 millimeters, I've seen Falling Down, I've seen The Lost Boys. The guy can direct. I'll take any film that he does, except for Batman and Robin, over Michael Bay any day, because at least his explosions make sense. They're not talking in a scene and then an explosion happens. That would be stupid. His action scenes make sense. It's not pretentious. It's fun. It's lighthearted. It's long, but it doesn't feel that long. An hour and 20 minutes, 120 minutes. It goes by pretty quickly. It's pretty fast paced. Like, you don't have to wait an hour to see Batman. This film just puts Batman front and center. Like, one problem with the Nolan trilogy in all three films is that it takes forever for you to see Batman, especially Batman Begins and The Dark Knight Rises. It should not take almost an hour. Just not rush it out, but give it, make Batman appear at least in the first 10 minutes. It's not, we know who the character is. Just let him kick ass, let him be Batman, and let him be awesome. And in this movie, he's pretty awesome. He has a lot of badass moments. And, I think Val Kilmer sells it. I don't think he was as good as Michael Keaton, but he tried. Clooney didn't try, and that's why he never played Batman again. And it's a fun movie. I would highly recommend it. If you've seen Batman in '89 and Batman Returns, give this a watch. It's not the worst thing ever. I never go with what the public thinks, because they shit on everything nowadays, and especially things from the past. I don't think this deserves a 5 point something on IMDb. That's a lower rating than movies like Jurassic World and Terminator Genisys, which I don't think is good at all. And I didn't even see it because the trailers did nothing for me. And Jurassic World is one of the worst things I saw this year. But this fun movie, not the best movie from 1995. That goes to Die Hard with a Vengeance. I think that's the best movie from that year. But I really enjoyed Batman Forever, and I'm not going to apologize for it because I have fun with it. So that was my defending Batman Forever, which is a movie that gets a lot of flack. A lot of people bitch about it. I never said it was the best of the four films that came out before Nolan's trilogy, but I do enjoy for what it is. It's not a joke like Batman and Robin is. So take that with a grain of salt. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for commenting. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching my Black Friday haul video. I really appreciate that. It's hard to get a lot of stuff on a small budget, but I still managed to pull through. So stay tuned. I'm gonna put another movies that people bitch about, and this one it's more of a film targeted towards girls, but believe me, bear with me. I have a lot to say about it. So stay tuned.